What is up, everybody? With Madden season right around the corner, I want to go over some players that I think are must-haves to start the season. We're talking core elites. Obviously, we don't know like promo players, things like that. This isn't including pre-orders. I might talk about them a little bit, but mainly we're just talking about the stats for the players that we know. So they've released the 10 best players in MUT at each position. I'm sure you've seen it. If you haven't, you can easily see those lists at MUT.gg. They have them all. They show all the stats. I'm not going to go over every single player by any means, but I have taken a look at them. I've come down to about 5, at least for sure 5 that I think I have an honorable mention in there. But these 5 players I think you must cop early in Madden to really help your game style. So let's get over there. Let's talk about number 1. Number 1 being Jeremy Chin. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jeremy Chin, what do you mean? But the guy's 82 speed. He's pretty big. And speed, you're going to find out that speed's pretty interesting in this game. There's not a lot of players with high speed, and I can see safeties really coming down to that sub linebacker position. And I think Jeremy Chin is a guy that you're going to want to pick up. He's 80 overall, so he's not going to be that expensive, even at 80 overall, even 82 speed. He's going to be one of the cheaper guys, and I think if you're using him, he's got good size and he's going to have good speed to be able to make some plays and make a difference. So that'd be number 5. I'd say going into number 4, the next person, again, we're talking size and speed, Mike Evans. Now, I know what you're thinking. Mike Evans, not the craziest name, but the guy's tall, 6'4", 6'5", something like that. 82 speed. Right away, I'm sure you're thinking, Bridger, there's faster people than that. You are right, but they're going to be very expensive. This list is going to be mainly people that I think you could get on a slight budget. Slight. Not everybody in this list, but I think they're going to be cheaper than some others, just purely based on the fact of either their overall, their name, whatever it may be. Now, Mike Evans, I know he's not a small name by any means, but compared to some of the receivers on the list, I mean, you're talking the Justin Jeffersons, the Jamar Chases, even the Tyreek Hills, CeeDee Lamb, things like that. I think all around, Mike Evans looks like a really good card to start the year. Again, size is huge, especially possibly. I mean, we'll see how the game plays, but it could be massive, being 6'4", 6'5", 82 speed, good jumping, good route running, other than short, but we'll just see what the limits on those even are. So Mike Evans, I think, is a good pickup. And then this next person I'm going to say is going to be what I'm calling an honorable mention, only because I think he's going to be really expensive. And that's Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is good. 85 speed, 85 acceleration, 84 agility, 83 change of direction with that 84 break tackle, and even honestly good catching. They mentioned that players are going to move differently this year. What that means, I guess we'll see. We'll find out. But I mean, I think having those agility stats, this is basically like Saquon 2.0 or whatever, half of Saquon, whatever you want to call it. But it's basically a budget-ish version of the 85 Saquon, and I think he could be good. I think he'd be really good, but I think he's going to be expensive. Even though he's an 83 overall, I think with these stats early in the game, he is going to be really quick unless they drop a better running back early on, which they very well could be. So keep your eye on his price, because if they drop a good running back in the first couple promos, he very well could significantly drop in price. If you can get this guy, say like a platinum for like quick sell, right around like what their quick sell for platinum is, I think that's a cop. Have a rental. He's going to be good. So putting him as an honorable mention, I think, again, he's a really good card to have, and he would improve your team, I think. But he's going to be expensive, in my opinion. So moving on to number 3, we're going to be Baker Mayfield. And, this might be a little controversial. I know people have him, as a must-have, must-cop, best quarterback. I mean, obviously, it's the 85 throw power. That's huge. There are some other quarterbacks with, 84, 85. So depending on how much that one extra does for you, maybe you put him higher on this list. 82 overall. You obviously have the guys like, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, even the Patrick Mahomes. I mean, those guys are going to be the ones that are probably going to be the must-have, especially Lamar Jackson. You're going to see that guy on players' teams that probably don't have a budget, let's be honest. So I think Baker Mayfield could be a very good option for anyone who's on a budget. He should be cheaper, hopefully. Also, we'll kind of see what his throwing animations, things like that. I think he usually gets a pretty decent throwing animation. So we'll see what he looks like, but I think he is one to keep an eye on as well. Also, we're getting the Jalen Hurts, that pre-order card or whatever it is, the welcome card. I'm not too sure. I can't remember, but see what kind of how that influences this as well, because Jalen Hurts, if that's gonna be a free card that you can level up. So depending on how fast you can level him up and what stats you can get to, may influence where this guy sits on the list for sure. But then we're gonna move on to number 2, and number 2 I think is a good budget running back, James Cook. I mean, obviously a little bit slower than Jahmyr Gibbs and Saquon, but 83 speed. He's just well-rounded in my opinion. You got 83 speed, 84 acceleration, 85 agility, 83 change of direction with good break tackling, carrying, catching. I think with the saturation of kind of the other running backs, to me he looks like the most well-rounded at like this level, right? Where this 82 overall, because you got the Joe Mixons, and you got who else is there? Someone right around there, but Kenneth Walker, and they're pretty similar. But I kind of compared at least the stats that we can see. So the speed, acceleration, agility, change of direction, and James Cook definitely has them beat as far as like all around. So I think he could be one to keep an eye on as well. Certainly see how he compares to like the free Saquon you get if you pre-ordered, different things like that. So keep an eye on him. I think he could definitely be a quick, little shifty running back. But then we're going to go into who I think probably is the best card from what I can see. I mean, in terms of what you might call a budget card, I think he's going to be expensive. But in terms of like, you're not talking about the top overalls, right? Christian Gonzalez, 83 overall, 85 speed. This man's 6'2", 6'2" with 85 speed. A little bit lacking on the zone, a little bit lacking on the press, but 82 man coverage, 82 play rec, 84 jump. I think he is going to be a difference maker. I mean, he always seems to play pretty good on these games, and at that height and that speed early on, I mean, there's no one faster than him, right? That we've seen. There is no 86 speed that we have seen. So I think he is going to be a game changer. Speed is going to be a premium this year. So this, to me, if you can get your hands on Christian Gonzalez at a cheap price, especially like a platinum that sells maybe right around the platinum price, I think he's going to be a cop for sure. He's going to be a difference maker. I mean, without a doubt, that speed, that height, that corner, he's going to be shutting down, those Jamar Chases, Justin Jefferson. They didn't make very fast, but those guys, he'll have the height to compete with them, and for sure have the speed. So that's my list. I think these guys are cops. Grab them. I know I'm going to be grabbing them. It's MUT season, baby. We're here. We're like 3 days away. So hope you guys are ready. I know I am. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, comment down below. Let me know which of these players you would swap out and for who. Or if you agree, let me know. We'll catch you next video. Peace.